this evening coming to you from the Frat House, and we're glad you joined us here on time. Sidekick, what the hell happened to you tonight? I expected you here. We had the interview set up with Andy Reid, and you weren't here. I mean, the biggest interview we've had, and you weren't here.
Sorry, there was a line at the Chinese buffet.
All right, well, listen. Let's not delay any longer. Let's get right to my interview with Coach Andy Reid. All right, here it comes at you right now. All right, this is great. This is great. We have our own Andy Reid on the line right now with us. 14-year head coach, going into his 14th year as the Philadelphia Eagles head coach, coming to us from the meetings down there in Florida. Coach, thanks for being with us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Well, thanks a lot for having me there, Mike. It's an honor to be on the show.
We thank you. It's one of our biggest accomplishments. Listen, let me get right to it. A report came out last week, and I'm sure you're familiar with it, that unless you received, complete control over personnel decisions, that you would walk away from your position as head coach of the team. Any truth to this? What do you have to say about it?
Well, Mike, I've got final say. I will tell you that they check their egos at the door.
Okay, they, who's they?
Well, the whole front office staff.
Okay. All right, well now, at the same time, reports also came out that you and the Eagles organization had also reached out to Peyton Manning. I mean, just out of curiosity, were you truly trying to secure Manning? And if that's the case, what of Mike Vick?
Peyton who? Mike Vick is my guy, and will always be my guy. Until we draft a new quarterback this year in the draft.
So, are you looking at drafting a quarterback? I mean, are we looking at first round, second round, or are we looking at a quarterback?
Well, Mike, as quick as humanly possible.
Okay.
We got to get a quarterback in here.
All right. Well, now, this past week, you had a press conference down there at the meetings, and you've frequently been criticized by the fans and the media for not addressing the middle linebacker and the linebacker positions. Last week, you acquired two-time Pro Bowler middle linebacker D'Amico Ryans from the Houston Texans. Do you feel that you've addressed the linebacker issue now?
Well, Mike, again, what can I say? I goofed. I thought they were talking about going to the back of the buffet line, which I just have to say, buffets in Texas, I heard, are enormous. But now that my blood sugar is normal again, I did realize that we needed linebackers. So we've gone out and picked up a linebacker.
Well,
we just need just one.
Well, I can tell you that you've pleased a lot of people right here in the Philadelphia region. Now, of the defense, we're assuming there's no plans for any changes in the defensive area at all. Is that correct? I mean, Juan Castillo is your defensive coordinator for the coming year.
Again, Mike, let me ask you a question. How many defensive coordinators do you think that the Eagles need?
Well,
my answer to that, Mike, is we just need just one.
Okay.
That's enough about that.
All right. Coach, we appreciate you being here with us. Listen, I understand you're going to be back with us around draft time. Is that right?
We sure are going to get back together.
Well, we appreciate it here at the Frat House. Thanks very much, Coach. Talk to you then.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Thanks, guys, at the Frat House.
All right, so what do you think about that, Sidekick? I mean, any thoughts on what the coach had to say there?
Well, I think it's interesting insight from Andy Reid. I tell you what.
You know, I guess I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to say around the draft.
That
time.
could get interesting.
We haven't given any attention in the past few weeks to the fact that the MLS season, Major League Soccer season, kicked up just a couple of weeks ago. And so I guess I really got to turn this over to our resident reporter on Major League Soccer and the Philadelphia Union. And listen, I'm not completely out of the know here. Things aren't good down there.
Well,
okay. You were 2-7. You'd be in a bad mood too.
Well,
yeah, you know, it's kind of been a controversial time for the Union with the off season. You know, we had Panovic's retirement, Mondragon and the Union split, that whole fiasco with Latou.
that's the big one.
You know, but you know, with Latou gone, we picked up. You know, we were able to get Torres. We traded Nakazawa to LA. Now we hear we've got issues with the team captain, Danny Califf, and the coach. Coach says he wasn't okay to play. Danny says, I don't know what he's talking about. And then comes back later and says, yes, I'm not okay to play. You know, it's really an uncertain time. And it's got Union fans.
Noack tonight, though, I'm posting up on our Facebook page. Noack tonight is coming out and saying, I don't give a crap. I mean, his quote, I don't give a crap whether Latou's coming back this week or not. I mean, that is not ingratiating fans. Dumb move. Dumb move.
Yeah,
Guys asking to be taken out of town.
You know, now you're looking at the Union is we're 0-3 now. Could be 0-4 after this weekend.
Yeah.
You know,
We're going to be there.
Vancouver's coming in. They're undefeated.
With Latou.
Yep, with Latou. And, you know, Union fans are divided, actually. You know, you've got the die-hard soccer fans that say, you know, you casual soccer fans don't know anything about soccer. It's not like any other sport. Relax. It's not all bad. You know, but you still feel that emotion of, you know, we're not winning. People want to win.
Yeah.
So it's really a tumultuous time for the Union right now. So
Absolutely
hopefully
they need that win. They need that win on Saturday, big time. Let's go over and take a look at the NCAA Tournament. All right, we're down to the Final Four. At no point in displaying our brackets. I mean, they're both busted at this point. You're completely out of it. I only have one team left, and that's Kentucky. This Saturday, Final Four teams. You got Kentucky, you got Louisville, you got Kansas, you got Ohio State. And they're going to play for the right to go to the NCAA Championship on Monday night. Most talked about of all of them. That Kentucky-Louisville matchup on Saturday. Big one. Absolutely classic. All right? Wild setup here. I still have Kentucky alive in my bracket, I gotta say. But I'm kind of rooting for Louisville. All right? I can't stand the Calipari, and I want Pitino to win it. Louisville is obviously the underdog here as the 4th seed in this. They have met 43 times in only 100 years, these two teams. Only 43 times. Kentucky holds the lead in that. 29 wins to 14 losses. So we'll see where this goes. Hopefully Louisville pulls this one out. That's where I'm going with it. All right? NASCAR. Let's go take a look at NASCAR and our Sunday drivers. They were over in Fontana. They were out to California on Sunday. All right? And you know, it never rains in Southern California? Well, yeah, not. Right around lap 129. And it stopped the entire situation. And at that point, Tony Stewart was in the lead. And wins, ultimately ends up winning his second in 5 races.
And that was the only caution in that race, and I believe it was actually a record for most green flag laps.
Yeah.
So
now, others who came in the top 5 in that particular race, you had Kyle Busch came in second, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Great race for him. Third, Kevin Harvick came in fourth. Carl Edwards came in fifth. And the leaderboard right now, Biffle and Harvick still at number 1 and 2. Dale Jr. takes over in the 3rd spot. All right, he's having a great season so far. Tony Stewart finally cracks the top 5. He's got 2 wins, as I pointed out, in his last 5. And then you got Martin Truex Jr. stays on the board with 175. Go ahead.
But also, you know, we got an honorable mention to Greg Biffle, another top 10 finish this week. I mean,
Do you have him on your team yet? You have him on your team yet?
One of my teams, I did have him.
I didn't put him on yet. We got a race at Martinsville, half mile track in Virginia. That'll be covered live on Fox starting at 12:30 this coming Sunday. Countdown to baseball. We got 7 days. Do we really? What? What's going on? Hey, we had 2 games already that are live and real. They took place in Japan. Really? Yes. One took place yesterday and then today between the Seattle Mariners and the Oakland A's. 2-game series. They split the series, but they actually do count on the on the regular season schedule. Now, here's the goofy part about the whole thing. Those 2 teams are going to come back. They're going to continue playing exhibition games. You figure it out. I did. But here's the bottom line. We've got 7 days, basically, until the rest of the season opens up.
Oh, by the way, bring us back some of that OB beer from Tokyo, would you? I'm sure Mike might like to try some.
Oh, no, I might. Yeah, I'll put in this little cup here. NBA leaderboard. Let's go take a look at that one. We only got about 15 games, for most cases, left in the entire season. Bulls continue to, in my opinion, reign supreme. Number 1. You got the Chicago Bulls out there, 41-11 record. Oklahoma City Thunder in 2nd place. Miami Heat are in 3rd. San Antonio Spurs are terrific couple of weeks. They're 9-1 in their last 10. They're in 4th. The Lakers are in 5th. The Sixers, Philadelphia 76ers, are in 6th. They're only a half game ahead of the Boston Celtics, who right now are leading the power rankings. NHL leaderboard, we'll take a look at that one as well because we are counting down. Most teams only have about 4 or 5 games left to the regular season. And what have we got there? We've got the your Blues. Went down a little bit this week. They are tied up with the Rangers at 105 points each. Vancouver Canucks, 103 points. The Boston Bruins at 93. Dallas Stars at 89. And the Florida Panthers are coming in there at the bottom at 89 points. And again, we've got the playoffs kicking up. Regular season ends next Saturday, so you got the playoffs kicking up just a couple of days thereafter. Biggest hero in football, no, we are looking at basketball. Sorry, we were looking at basketball. Biggest hero in basketball. We had some nice names thrown at us on our Facebook page. We had Michael Jordan, we had Charles Barkley, we had Larry Bird.
What about that Spud Webb?
Who you got? Oh, Spud Webb, yes. I dug him. Go ahead. Who you got?
I'm going with, it's kind of difficult. I'm going with Wilt Chamberlain. It was hard to pick a hero at basketball. Like we talked about hero in football.
It is.
But I'm going to have to go with Wilt Chamberlain and the 100-point game.
And I gave a lot of thought to this, and there were a lot of professional basketball players that I really, really enjoyed. I mean, I enjoyed Dr. J. I loved Isaiah Thomas. And Larry Bird as well. But when I thought about it, and I gave and I think about one person that kind of just encompasses basketball to me. That's the Duke University coach. That's Mike Krzyzewski. That's Coach K. That's who it is. This guy, he actually won the Academy of Achievement Sports Hero Award. And when you look at his body of work and all of the things that he has done at Duke, dating back to his first time there when he took over that team in 1980, I think it's 81. Just an amazing accomplishment what this guy has done. And to me, it's Coach K. Next week, we're going to be taking a look at, and you've got to let us know, who's your biggest hero in motorsports? Motorsports, all right? That can encompass a lot of things. Think about that, motorsports.
Herbie.
I'm almost embarrassed to bring it up. We got one more little bit of, I guess you'd call it sports, I'm not sure.
Yep.
Some people call it sports entertainment. We've got a tradition that's kind of been around for about, I think 28 years. It's coming up this coming Sunday, and that's called, what is it?
WrestleMania 28.
Yeah, I'm not talking about it. Go ahead, you go.
So, real quick, we got the two marquee matches, I guess, in this WrestleMania. We've got The Rock going up against John Cena, and we have Triple H going up against the streak of The Undertaker. 19-0 right now, trying to go 20-0. It was in my New Year's resolutions, 20-0 and retire.
Real sports to wrap your arms around.
It's sports entertainment. It's entertainment.
We're coming right back at you next week. In the meantime, you know what you gotta do. You gotta keep it real, you gotta keep it live. You gotta keep us going. All right, see you there.
My only prediction of the tournament, one of these teams will lose an overtime game.
I think that's safe.
All right. You know, you talk about this being for the championship of the Mideast.
A 5-minute overtime, Billy. 4:49 left in it.
I think the key is it the championship of Kentucky, which will be something they'll talk about much longer.
Kentucky will get one timeout in the overtime, Billy, due to the rules. Louisville carries theirs over. They have 3.
And here's Turpin back in the game, playing down low. Very conservative defense now by Kentucky. Not taking a lot of chances. And overtimes usually take one of two styles. Either you get a lot of scoring or you don't get much at all. They play conservatively, and it looks like because of Kentucky's defense being conservative, Louisville's going to be conservative on offense.